Oh, at least someone's turned up for the competition.
What's new? Retro games. Can you tell me what's new? Retro games, please. What's new? Retro games. Can you tell me what's new? Retro games this week.
Hello! Yes, it is me! It is Jace at Retrogames! You remember who I am? That's my new catchphrase. You remember who I am? You've seen this face before. You've had nightmares about this face. You don't generally have nightmares about your own face, do you? But that's something we can work on. Hello, welcome to the show. Another What's New at Retrogames this week. Yeah, exciting, isn't it? And exciting. And what's happened this week? Well, it's got a bit cold. We put the heating on. I am not shivering quite as much as I was last week. It was pretty crazy last week, sitting here with nipples like metal nuts. Oh, that joke goes better when other people make it. Story of my life, you know. Wing nuts, nipples like wing nuts. That's what they say. And I knew this would be the very, very special thing to start talking with. Let's talk about last week. And last week we introduced the world to the Retrogames competition.
Competition time.
Yes, the Retrogames competition, and what a huge success it's been. As you can see, we had less views on last week's show than the previous show. Lots of people did have slightly more comments. Let's just. I've got the sheet. I've got the sheet. I think there should be a card. I'm going to print them on the screen, the runners and riders, in a sec. But there wasn't many people. I mean, 220 odd people watched it. We had 19 people comment. Obviously, I had loads of comments, but I can't win. I can't win, sadly, as much as I would love this impressive, brand new Retrogames t-shirt. Was the first comment? Who was the first comment? Was that from Peter? First comment last week was, you should give away a prize, as a t-shirt as a prize. We did. That's what the show was about. So yes, the one person is going to win the t-shirt. This is the official Retrogames t-shirt. Super rare. And this really hideous grandstand TV game, but you know, a bit of retro fun, and it is still challenging. We go on about TV games, and you know, who cares? Let's get it out of the office. Someone is going to win it. Now, because I thought the Retrogames competition was going to be a big thing, I invested in it. Oh, I should have invested in the prizes, mate. Yeah, I know. Okay, the prizes not so good, but you know, I thought this might be a long-running competition thing, so I bought something a bit retro to deal with the competition prizes. That is this incredible 1986 random number generator. I thought that's better than picking numbers out of a hat, and you'll know it's not fixed. I'm going to show you on the top, and it's a retro thing. What better to have a competition managed and adjudicated by something retro? And look at this thing, look, giant LED screen on there, and if you look on the top, we've got numbers, and you put the start number and the finishing number, and then the red button to start. Don't you worry, we're going to start in a sec. Let's turn this bad boy on. Yes. What does it say? 0. Now, we had 19 comments. That's quite good odds, isn't it, that someone's going to win this shirt? Anyone worth mentioning? There's the list. You can see it on the screen. We got a few of our regulars. Retro Claire's there. James, Retro Import Gamer. You know, huge fan of him. I am. Russ is on there. There's loads of them. Retro Ed is there, who did suggest the competition, but we're still going to count him. He's number 9. So everyone has got their own number. I think there might be some level of excitement doing a lot. It's not live to you, but it's live as soon as it goes out. I imagine it's probably about, you might be watching this around 6:40 on a Friday. Getting ready to see me press the button. So I put in the 19 in the top. I think I'm going to call this machine Marvin. A bit of a Douglas Adams Hitchhiker's Guide reference, just because I think old equipment deserves a name. That's just me, isn't it? Just me. So are you ready? Okay, I'm going to add a suitably exciting sound effect, because this does take a little It does a little flash of numbers. Good luck, everybody. I'm going to press the button. I'm going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck. Oh, we have a number. He's number 9. He's number 9. I didn't fix it. I'll turn the machine off. I didn't fix it, but unfortunately, I'm sorry guys. Retro Ed won. He won it. Retro Ed number 9, and I can't believe that I actually mentioned his name. But I had to just do it. Well done, Ed. You win the T-shirt. You win the TV game. I shall text you, and we'll sort that out. It's not. It was totally unfit. I paid 50 quid for that thing, so this I could not be accused of fixing the competition. So get over yourselves. There might be another competition next week, but I'm not going to big it up. I'm not going to say there's any prizes. If you comment, you might have a number and you might win something next week. But isn't that a bit more mysterious? Maybe that machine comes out every week. Maybe if you can be bothered to actually comment or get involved with the show, you have a chance of winning a prize. There's a very small nut here, and I think that has fallen off something. Off of Marvin's ill. He's lost a nut. I wouldn't be able to put that back on even if I knew where we went. It's on the floor. Marvin! Stop it, Marvin! Oh, I think I might get an electric shock off of Marvin. It could happen. It could happen. And let's be honest, that'll be the most exciting part of the show. Okay, let's get started with what's new at Retrogames this week. What's new at Retrogames this week? Not last week. You've seen that. Well, a few of you have. And I like to start with a console. We've got a console. Let's get a console to start. Something big, didn't really quite fit in the box. And that is this. Let's get the box. And this is a Resident Evil Limited Edition UK GameCube in silver. Special Resident Evil Limited Edition. We don't get these very often. Picking up in value. People love Resident Evil. They love being scared. People like to be scared. Let's take this bad boy out now. I'm going to show you this. I've got the controller as well. It's got. I mean, I love silver anyway. Silver, it's glossy in it. You can have a look at that. Put it on the top camera. There we've got the controller. Silver on the top, black on the bottom. Beautiful Resident Evil. Let's just pull up the console there, and you can see it's got the Resident Evil 4 logo on the lid. You can pop that open. It's yeah! Discoloration on the control panel. Isn't that sad? Now I just want to bring this up because this is a very common complaint these days. Whatever they made the front control panel of GameCube's out of, well, it was the worst plastic in the world because this is not smoke related. This has not been treated badly. It hasn't even been left on a sunny shelf. Over time, these face about 50% of all these front panels just discolour. I know. I guess these things weren't meant to last this long, were they? They were meant to just disappear. But I always think this model as well because it's got that black bottom. Black bottom. It kind of looks like it's already got the Game Boy adapter in it, hasn't it? But it hasn't. It hasn't got the Game Boy adapter. It just looks like it's already plugged in. It's just weird, that two-tone black and silver. But anyway, there is I've seen some YouTube videos about how to clean these up, and if you do, then this is a very lovely rare GameCube. I love the GameCube, brilliant console. What's your favourite GameCube game? That's a tough one. Well, you've got to think. The GameCube, the original GameCube, yeah, you got Wind Waker, and then you're thinking Wind Waker, you're thinking, yeah. You're thinking the first Pikmin, yeah, first Pikmin. What about the first Monkey Ball? That game was absolutely phenomenal when it first came out, especially in multiplayer mode, and they've never beaten it. They keep remastering it, make new versions, never as good as the GameCube original. Yes, Monkey Target, love it. Okay, let's move on. We've done the GameCube. Let's go PC. We had PC games in this week. And what about this one? It's a classic. Carmageddon. A lot of people love this game. It always sells quite quickly. It's kind of a brutal, violent racing game. I mean, it's all been done now. You know, you can be angry, weaponized racing. But a very nice example here, and you can have a look. It's got this. It's extra tips book. PC Zone tips book in the box. I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing this isn't meant to be in there. I don't know. Splat pack. No, I don't know. It's got adverts on it, but no, maybe it is meant to be included because it's got some adverts for other versions of the game. So, a special version with it. It's got the manual and it's all the other stuff's here, the manuals and flyers and also it's beautiful condition. Of course it is. Would I show you it if it wasn't? And there's the disc at the bottom there. Just a really lovely example of Carmageddon for the PC to start us off with a game. Yes, it's a game. Carmageddon. We've had some nice PC stuff this week. It's a great week for PC gamers and it's a big collection. We've got more going on next week. Already sold some because some have gone straight on and they've gone out straight with us. An absolutely mint original big box Tomb Raider. And the thing about PC is we do only list, try to only list the big cardboard box first issues. That's where the collectability is. For some reason, as we've discussed many times, DVD case style games worth virtually nothing. Some rare games, there's still great games there, but those old big cardboard disc games, they're mega. And what about this one? Here's another one. This is called Return of Arcade. Return of Arcade for the PC. It's on CD-ROM for Windows 95. Gives you an indication how old it is. But it's actually on the Microsoft label. Microsoft published this with Namco support. It's a bit like Namco Museum. And it's got classic games on it. If you look there, we've got Pac-Man, original Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Pole Position, Galaga there. I mean, it's just... Oh, it's Galaxian. Easy to get them two mixed up, innit? Come on, give us a break. Classic. I don't know, just really nice. And proper retro title that's actually retro. It's retro in its own right. It's double retro. It's retro squared. Fair enough. Keep going, Jace. What about this? I love games on 3.5-inch disc. As you know, PC games on 3.5-inch disc. Big enough of value. This one is called Amazon Guardians of Eden. Let's just show that there. I've got my camera zoomed in a bit too far. Let me zoom out a bit. Oh, I've let you into this minutiae of how the show works now, showing you zoom, but as you can see now I can get the whole, because it's big box, isn't it? I couldn't fit it on. Lovely, lovely, lovely condition considering how old is it. When is it? Can we find a year? Can we find a year? Can someone get onto that, please? Yeah, we need a year for this. And here we go. And look at this manual. Isn't that boring manual? Just that is it. Amazon got very, very dull. Back in the old days, games used to come in envelopes. Like the disc game coming in envelopes. Got the seal, access seal on there proper. It's got war license agreement. Read me first. Okay, let's read you first. If you have any problems or queries relating to this access product, call the US Gold Helpline. Thank you. Year of the disc. Does it give me a year of it? 1992. 92. Yeah. Before I was running Retrogames. So that's good. It's old. It's old. Still collecting Retrogames. But I wasn't doing this for a job. I had a proper job. I used to have a proper job. It's a long time ago, but I really concentrate, still remember it. Just about. Just about. What's next? Another PC game? Yeah, sure. What about this? But surprisingly lovely. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And this is a rare signature edition. And as you can see, it's got like some fake signatures. Like, I mean, I don't know how they can make a special version of something by printing someone's signatures on. But there are two versions of this game. Some with the signatures and some without. And as you can see at the top here, it says Special Signature Edition. That's right. They changed the artwork slightly and reissued it for more money. Or trying to build up some sales. Anyway, I'm not really a Monty Python fan. Can I admit that, being British? It's a bit before my time. It's not exactly the, you know, I'm more of a young ones kind of comedy guy, you know. Friday Night Live and all that when I was a kid. But no, this is lovely condition. It comes with this desktop Pythonizer book. They're all so wacky. I mean, it's just wacky. I think it's just the manual. There's something else in there. Hang on. I can feel something. No, just a stiff manual. That's all it was, love. And here we go. We've got a S Club 7 flyer. No, it's just Club 7. I don't know, something to do with the creators of the game. And then you've got we've got a little free thing. Free, register your product for free. Holy Grail Cheater's Guide. Oh, so they're going to give you cheats for registering. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Because you're basically just persuading people never ever to play the game again. Cheats I can remember, and it sounds bizarre, but someone actually writing to me back in the old days, back in the 90s, writing to me saying, oh, I've got some stuff for sale, I've got a whole load of cheats for sale. What? Yeah, I've got loads of cheats, I've got them all written down, there's a whole book of cheats. I reckon they're worth at least 100 quid. What? Yeah, that actually happened. It sounds like I'm making it up, but I'm not. People are wacky, you know. Anybody who works in retail knows. People are wacky. Absolute. Yeah, I knew you'd agree with me. I knew you would. One more PC game before we move on, and that is this weird thing. And it's a very weird box. Look at this thing. This is called Brain Dead 13. It's my empire. It's a cartoon Don Bluth style Dragon's Lair kind of adventure. Oh! Hiya, pal. I'll show you the box there. But what about this strange long box? It's very rare in this box. This is a rare title. And it's got a lid that pops off. I'll show you that. Little square lid, and inside... I do love it when they do wacky things with the packaging, but basically inside you've just got your classic CD and manual. You know, we made a special box. I mean, they could have... What could they have done? They could have had a big springy worm, couldn't they? You should go pop the little... It blows up in your face or something. Yeah, party popper, like a party bomb. Suddenly, like every copy of the game, you're like scared to open it. Oh, have you got that game yet? No, I haven't got it yet. Well, look forward to when you get it. Get people around when you get home, you open the lid and it just blows up in your face. All confetti and streamers. It would have been mega, wouldn't it? It would be legendary. Think of the marketing benefit of doing that. Crazy. It makes me think of that Edge issue magazine where that 3DO decided to put an advert, not dead as a dodo, or dead as a dodo, or dead as a 3DO, something like that. But anyway, they filled the magazine up with feathers, and when you opened it, it was full of feathers. And then loads of people complained because they had allergies and stuff. It was loads, it was a massive hoo-ha for a console which didn't do very well anyway, despite that. And why would you say that your console's dead as a dodo? Trip Hawkins, he used to run EA, you know. Anyway, let's carry on. What are we talking about now? Let's talk PlayStation. I've got one PlayStation 2, just thought it was a different game. Thought I'd show something running this week. And I haven't just chosen this because it starts with the word cock. It's called Cock-a-Toe. Cock-a-Toe platform jumper. And I thought this was a bit of fun, something different. We've never had this in stock before, even though I don't think it's particularly rare. And I just thought, well, that's worth a look. We had loads. It's been a brilliant week for PlayStation fans. Loads of PlayStation. But the thing is, yeah, we've listed tons of stuff this week. Tons. PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PSP. Loads of it. But when I'm picking stuff to do on the show, there's got to be a bit more exciting than that. But I did pick some PS1. Just some nice PS1 titles. You'll know them all. You know, what about this really lovely Final Fantasy VIII? Final Fantasy VIII, that's the 8th one. Just in lovely condition, just thought it's worth a show. There you go, all the disc teeth intact. I didn't even know discs had teeth when I was a kid, but now disc teeth, major issue, especially on them Dreamcast cases. Carrying on with PlayStation, what about this? And this game always goes well. Soul Reaver, yeah, very highly rated. Apparently, new Legacy of Kain game announced. That's why I pulled this. New Legacy of Kain game announced a couple of weeks ago. They're going back into the series. They're going to make a new one. Beautiful condition. This. Look at this. Oh wow. We sold some PS1s that they've actually gone straight on the site, and they have been. You need to keep an eye on the site in the week because sometimes things get listed and they sell instantly. We can't complain. Especially with what the Royal Mail are trying to do to the UK economy at the moment by killing all of us mail order companies, making everybody unsure of the post. We still use some Royal Mail for the record, but we are varying out with other couriers and everything, especially for high value parcels. We're still getting everything out. It's all working. Don't worry. We're still in business, despite you, Royal Mail. It's not. I love all my friends at the Royal Mail. It's not you guys. I know it's management issues. I know I don't want to get involved with strike talk, but what you're doing is affecting the whole of life. I mean, it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you're striking. Yeah, okay, you're making your point to your management, but you've also crippling loads of small businesses like ours who really rely on this time to try and pay for the rest of the year. Anyway, Street Fighter Alpha Plus, Street Fighter X Plus Alpha. I don't know what order that is. X Alpha Plus Plus Alpha X. I don't know. Why do they have to? Well, just call it Street Fighter 7 or something. Well, you know, they've already done that now, but they did get a bit carried away with all the you know, additional taglines, didn't they? Turbo and Super at the front, and then Hyper, and stop it. Just stop it. Just call it a different name. Call it a different name. You know, call it what's the opposite of street? Alley fight. Call it Alleyway Fighter. Just still have the same characters. They've moved out of the street into the alleyway. Beautiful condition. Platinum. What's your viewers on Platinum? Platinum. Are Platinum games as good as the full price titles? Well, they're just as collectible, really. They're exactly the same games. They've just got that silver strip on the front. Here's another one. Oddworld, another highly rated game for the PlayStation. Beautiful. Let's just look at the condition of these. Aren't they lovely? I mean, I just love showing off really beautiful games. And Oddworld, highly rated it's not a highly rated Spectrum game. There's plenty of odd games on the Spectrum. Here's another one. It's a very common game, Gran Turismo 2. I mean, what are they on now? 17? But again, absolutely, it was just gorgeous. And got the old double disc. And do you remember Gran Turismo 1? If you scratch the disc, it smelt of oil. What an amazing idea! But this is absolutely 10 out of 10, isn't it? Isn't it beautiful? And then okay, yeah, it's a relatively easy to find game, but is it relatively easy to find in an undamaged, beautiful case like this? Not so easy. Not so easy anymore. I mean, PlayStation cases, we've all talked about this a million times, but the fragilest cases you could ever want. Well, you didn't want them. Didn't want them, did we? Didn't want them like that. What about this one? It's a highly rated game related to Command & Conquer. Dune. Battle for Arrakis, is it? No, it's just called Dune. It's just called Dune. But again, RTS, a classic, really hard to find RTS on the PS1. Again, look at that manual. Beautiful, beautiful PS1 games this week. Problem is with PS1, PS2 as well. We have some really, really big spending customers in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia. And there's about 4 or 5 of them, and they love PS2, and they tend to just take massive, you know, 40, 50 games at a time, and it's like, oh, you're killing my stock! You're killing the stock. Just, I mean, I like big sales. Big sales are great, but it does seem a shame when it's just taking big chunks of a format and we're left like scrabbling for it. Just get on with the show, Jace! Okay, Tomb Raider, the original Tomb Raider. Again, Platinum issue. But beautiful condition. Yeah, Platinum games, they still sell just the same. I mean, as long as they're beautiful, who cares? Who cares it's Platinum? I mean, if you're a completist on PlayStation, you're going to collect both Platinum and non-Platinum anyway. More PlayStation, 3 more. And all Crash Bandicoot, yeah, original Crash Bandicoot. Beautiful, again. Oh, I'm out of breath. I'm out of breath. Crash 2, yeah, Platinum, again, amazing, beautiful. Crash Team Racing, yeah, Crash does Mario Kart, got a flyer in there. Beautiful game. So yeah, loads of Crash games on the on the PlayStation. Let's move on, Jace. Let's carry on. What's next? Well, there's a format I like to talk about, and I did promise you some 8-bit this week. Yeah! Spectrum! It's Spectrum! Yes, Spectrum! We got some Spectrum this week. And what about this? Tower of Despair. Games Workshop, the classic shop that full of geeks. People are scared to go in there. Tapping on the glass is alright to come in. You look like you're playing a board game in there. We've got a Games Workshop quite local, and I've been up the city, walking around there at night. It's like midnight and there's loads of people in there all playing a board game. I can't tell you, I'm actually quite jealous. I want to be involved. They don't play that game without me. Tower of Despair on the Games Workshop label was beautiful clam case, really nice condition this. You got your manual in there, and you got your... Yeah, it's just a lovely, lovely game. Getting harder to find all the time. Games Workshop, big box. That was the one to start us off the Spectrum, but there's more Spectrum. What do we got here? Classic. And I saw James talking about this on his show, so I thought I'd talk about it too. Arkanoid, yeah. Arkanoid, whoa, brilliant, yeah. So what a classic. It is really good on the Spectrum. You're right. It's Breakout. It's advanced Breakout. It was the reboot of Breakout in the arcades. Little bonus things, double balls, expanding bats, and loads of little features. But it was a hell of an addictive game, and still very highly rated. Okay, let's carry on. What about, this is a rare game, Samurai Warrior. Now this game, in the past, we have sold this for over £50. I know that sounds bizarre, doesn't it? But it's really sought after. Maybe it's because it's got Usagi Yojimbo in it. And it's got a massive following. The battles of Usagi, I keep looking, Yojimbo. Anyway, it's like some sort of ninja rabbit dude. But this game, incredibly popular. This version, this one is a bit cheaper because it hasn't got a manual. But as you can see, nice clean inlay, lovely cassette. You know, nobody's going to know on the shelf that that's not got the manual. That's going to look great spine on next to all your other games like Earthlight and Savage. All matching on the spine. You know, guys. Samurai Warrior. Keep going on the Spectrum. What about this? This is a classic. Saboteur 2 Crash Smash game. One of the first games, like especially an arcade adventure action game with a female lead. Yes, female Saboteur. It's like a spy game. It's a platform game. I can show you on there. There's a screenshot on the back. It's a bit, you can't really see much. I'm going to show you it running. Let's show you a bit of Saboteur 2. What do you think? All right. Spectrum games are old, aren't they? Remember how old it is? It's still a great game. I can get it back. What's in here? Oh, there's almost... Oh, look. There's a little bonus in here. There's a Sinclair user tips card. Yeah, you could sell... Oh, there's a whole piece of code there. Type in the listing. Let me read this. Type in the listing and run it before playing in the game tape from the beginning. You'll now have infinite lives. I'm talking... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12... 16 lines of code. You've got to type in 16 lines of code just to get infinite lives on Saboteur. Now that is proper cheating. That's retro cheating. You had to put the effort in. You've got to do something. You've got to earn it. Earn it, fella. What about this one? Mark Cale's one of the first System 3 games. Death Star Interceptor, complete Star Wars rip-off. But also very highly rated, great shooter, going down in the Death Star, going to take out the target at the end. I mean, it was brilliant. Very hard to find for some reason with the insert, and this one has got the instructions. Insert. Oh, Death Star Interceptor. Death Star. It's a brilliant name, actually. Death Star Interceptor. This doesn't mention. Well, I suppose it's got the word star in. Death Star Interceptor Wars. When this comes in, I always think this looks... Oh no, there's something wrong with the inlay. Look at this. I'll just show you this. Look. Isn't it grotty? It looks like, oh, there's a spider's made some sort of web. No, that is the artwork. It's lightning. It's distant lightning. Just makes it look all like a fuzzy, dirty thing covered in fluff and mould and cobwebs. But it's not. It's not. That was intentional design.
Now, spoiler alert, but I just wanted to show you the ending of this game because it's pretty crazy and just proves what a rip-off of Star Wars it is. Wow. Oh yeah. Isn't that strange? It can't cope with animating the Death Star debris at the same time as playing this jazzy music.
And that's 80s gaming. for you. Intentional. Intended! Okay, and one more Spectrum. And that is this Batman. You think of Batman, that's boring. No, but not in this case. You do not find the plastic double case version of Batman. It's always in a small card box, as it's got a bit squashed. But no, this is the proper Batman on double cassette case. Very unusual. There is some lovely anomalies in the Ocean lineup. You can get Street Hawk in a small case, you can get it in a double case. There's a version of Knight Rider in a small case. There's a Robocop, I think, also in a small case. There's a double case. I think it might be a double case Robocop as well. There's loads of variations. They're very hard to track down. But if you want to be a complete Ocean Imagine collector, then you have to do it. You got to do it. What can you do? You got to do it. What's left in the box?
What's in the box?
Okay, what's in the box? Well, I tell you, last thing in the box is this, and I love these. And I just had to show you this on the show. And that is, this is a PSP Go, a Sony PSP Go. So it is a PSP. It's got the manual, it's got the power cable. It's in a little leather wallet. I'll show you that now. Wait till I pop it open. Ta-da! Isn't it one of the most gorgeous handheld games ever made? They are beautiful, beautiful things. And you know what makes this, you know what this is, you know why the PSP Go is special. I'm going to do it for you in slow motion, right? Get ready. You're going to hear the sound and everything. I will actually shut up for this. You ready? Okay, let's get focus. Oh, yeah! That is so gorgeous. Ah, it's on. It's turned itself on. Beautiful. I mean, it's weird. They'd sold hardly any PSP Goes, and because they took away the disc, they took away the cartridge slot, the disc slot. It's like a clock now. What a fancy clock! It's just such a beautiful thing. Such a beautiful thing. You could only download games from the Sony shop. You couldn't use any of your disc software. It was intended. It was like really the first download-only console. It was a little bit ahead of its time because now, you know, since phone. I mean, this is pre-phone gaming being big. So downloading was kind of a new concept, and they're just a little bit too early, too much at the forefront, Sony. Oh, but you know, you're making up for it now with wired VR, PSVR 2. You know, don't jump ahead. Don't jump ahead. Anyway, PSP Go, what an amazing little thing. Some really cool. This one's got some games in it. It's got Medieval. I just love it. That's the analog controller. Look, that's the analog. It's got that D-pad there and the analog, and it's got games on it. It's got Medieval on it, and it's got a few other things. It's got some racing on there. I just thought, wow, that is a really nice thing. A PSP Go. What a great way to end the show. That's what's been listed this week. A lot more than that, but that's a selection of what's been listed this week. Please get involved. Please leave a comment. You might win something. I'm not bigging up the prize, but let's just say I might surprise you next week. Until then, thanks for watching, Retrogamers!
Retrogames says thank you for watching. Retrogames says thank you for watching.
I should have kept this.